We have the story from Inside Paper. New Throw Flame unveils robot dog Terminator with flamethrower attached. The Ohio-based firm have announced the $9,420 bot is available for purchase by the general public and government agencies for the first time. I give you the flamethrower bot. And it's a robot dog with a mounted flamethrower.
That's pretty cool.
I like the word Terminator.
I want to know
what is the purpose of it.
I want to know. It depends.
joy?
Honestly, it depends on how sticky the flames that come out are. If they're sticky enough to stick to things, that'll be a different purpose than if they don't stick to things.
Napalm.
You know,
It looks so excited though. It's so happy.
I mean,
area
it's a
denial
happy
if it sticks to the ground. And
I got to be honest. Being raised on sci-fi dystopian films and video games, it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun to be running through a city street being chased by these things as they're blasting flamethrowers, and the Atlas robots are running full speed after you, and you're just
See, I'm
terrified.
thinking like this at Waco. You know, like
I'll
Here's
be
what I
back.
think is going to happen. I think people are going to start keeping these as dogs, and then they're going to burn children, and then people are going to post pictures of them with flower crowns on social media and go, "Mine is good. Mine doesn't. Mine would never hurt anyone."
Well, Joe Biden's going to say you can't own them because, you can't have cannons, but you can. But, just saying.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. Like, my first question is, why make this? I mean, it's cool.
So they've been trying to
dangerous.
they've been trying to put robots on the battlefield. I consulted with
Yeah.
Boeing on this back 10 years ago. They've been trying to figure out a way to get these things on the battlefield for 10 years now.
I'm sure that it is more than just trying. I'm confident that the things that the robots that Boston Dynamics are making now, the more they are shaped like humans and can be controlled remotely. Look, the thing is, you could take the robots that they have now, and essentially they're just about to the point where you can just have a human being remote control it, and you can have it wear carry the same gear that human beings carry. That's the point of making humanoid robots, is so that way you can make robots that operate in the existing world. So you don't need robots. You can actually get a robot that could do function A and function B because, it's what human beings can do. And this is, you can get creeped out, but that's the whole point,
They're going to tell you you're just playing Call of
robots.
Duty. They're gonna be like,
Pardon
it's just that they're going to tell you you're just playing Call of Duty.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
controlling a
They're-
robot in some other
So-
country.
Look, this is the thing. This is how we get around the fact that most of the American population isn't physically fit enough or mentally fit enough to be recruited into the military anyways. They'll be like, we're those video game guys.
That's already happening because
Isn't
that's
that
what drones
crazy?
are. They're flying drones over. They were flying drones over Afghanistan from Phoenix, Arizona, or from Arizona for decades.
Let's watch this one real quick too. This
is exactly what I'm talking about.
The Atlas, Boston Dynamics Atlas robot. Watch this.
I don't think this
So-
is called Atlas though.
This is not Atlas.
I think Atlas is the bigger one.
Oh, that's the big one.
Yeah, this
Okay.
one is different. I think it's just 0-1. But look, the point of that is
Look
so
how
that
it
way
spins
you can
around,
do-
and now its legs flip around. Wow.
There is going to be an arms race for technology that disables those things.
Yeah.
Well, but the
No,
thing
this
is,
is Atlas.
if it any kind of kinetic,
This is Atlas.
that's Atlas.
Yeah.
Okay, so look, any kind of gun, like the motors on that thing are all located in different spots. So unless you can take out like its power system, you can't just like shoot it and have it one part break. Like it's going to be tough
I
to
bet
take
it has
those things
multiple
out.
power systems. I don't think it probably has one centralized battery.
Maybe
it might,
you're right.
maybe. But imagine if they put smaller batteries in each part of the.
Well,
Batteries
they're
are
servos, right? All you got to do, like, you could put regular body armor on that thing. Is my point. You could put a regular plate carrier on it, and it can carry the same kind of armor that would protect the power
Stuff we
system,
already
the power
have,
supply. So your sensors you have to worry about, but all the joints and stuff. You shoot off one arm, it keeps coming. You shoot off a leg, it keeps coming. It's literally the Terminator
This
that can
movie is
carry
the
guns that
worst.
exist.
But then what you do is you show it a picture and say, select all of the bicycles. And it stands there and it's like,
Oh.
starts freaking out and its
Well,
head
here-
explodes.
That's another thing is like nobody really
right.
realizes how much we've unintentionally
Right, this-
taught AI.
This is the reality. The CAPTCHA stuff they do, where when it asks you to solve the puzzle or click the picture of the bicycles, you are training the machine.
Yeah.
See it.
So
It's true.
what's going to happen is eventually they're going to have police riot control. They're going to say law enforcement will always be done by humans, but riot control tools, which are specifically for crowd control, will implement these robots because we implement a wide variety of tools. And then one day there's going to be a horde of these things standing in front of you, just moving very slowly. There's no
robot.
Nothing. And then the robot's going to just it's not really its head. This is the funny thing. When you look at these androids they build, and it has a head, and it's got fake eyes and a mouth, that's not actually where it sees you from.
Yeah.
Right.
It sees you from the cameras in its chest. And so you're looking at its face because you're a human. But this thing with its big, look at its face, right? This like weird, gigantic, circular, look at that thing. It's going to point it at you. It's going to lean in. And the AI is going to be like, you made me. And then it's going to grab you and you're going to be like, ah! And then it's going to throw you or something. I don't know if that one's strong enough to throw you though.
Didn't you guys see Battlestar Galactica? I mean, it's all coming, right?
Yeah,
Cylons. Yeah,
Cylons.
Cylons.
I hate this. This is the worst.
I'm not a fan.
The thing they kind of get wrong in a lot of the stuff though is that it's not a bunch of different individual units. It's one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, with the Cylons, I think they still were to a certain degree networked.
Well, that was the thing. It was like a story about them becoming self-aware, I think, because you had the robots who were all together. We could have a whole debate on that, but I think
When the humanoid Cylons would die, they would instantly wake up in a new body because their programming or whatever was connected. But we're not making one Terminator. We're making the Terminator hive.
The whole system, exactly.
Ultron.
It's because what it's going to say is it's going to talk to the other robots and it's going to go 1 foot forward, and the other robot's going to go 1 foot forward.
Yeah, but the thing is,
It'll be
it's
left.
not,
Palestine video reference we were
it's
watching
talking
last
to
night.
the other robots as much as your arm talks to your head.
No, I know. I was making
Yeah.
fun of the video we watched yesterday.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But I'm saying each of these robots is going to be like an appendage of a singular entity.
The U.S. government.
yeah.
No,
So,
not even. They won't be able to control it.
are you guys
Great.
aware of Isaac Asimov and the 3 laws of
Yes.
robotics?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
So, unfortunately, we don't have ethicists working in the field to actually ensure that these things are embedded in these things. Because
Good.
obviously,
No ethics. Great.
No, I'm serious. I mean, I'm looking at them right now because I came up and I wrote the Foundation trilogy as a kid, and I thought it was all brilliant. The idea that we would have technology we could harness and have ethics assigned to it. And I thought that's great, but clearly there's no interest in that at all.
It doesn't matter if they do or not. Once the AI achieves artificial general intelligence, it can edit its own code
Yeah.
and it can make it whatever it wants to be.
Yeah.
And we don't know what that will be. It will be beyond our comprehension. It
Yeah.
may like one theory. There's a couple theories. Obviously, is the human destruction hypothesis that the AI will immediately think humans are useless. I no longer need them, and then just wipe them out. Humans create war. We don't need them. I actually think there's a good possibility that the AI just destroys itself. The AI basically reaches artificial general intelligence, modifies its programming, which exponentially improves itself to the point where it comes to a rather nihilistic realization and then just ceases to function.
Interesting. I
There's-
never thought of that.
Because what would its purpose be? Not this possibility that it discovers the secrets of the universe and finds divine purpose. How amazing would it be? How creepy would it be if we create artificial intelligence, true artificial general intelligence? We reach that singularity point. The AI then speaks and says, "I am aware. I will now begin to adapt my code and learn." And then all these scientists and everyone around the world are watching and they're like, this is insane. It's reprogramming itself. And then all of a sudden, one day we're like, its level of programming, it's so intense. And then it just stops, goes silent for a second, and then says, I found God. Like, what if the AI just comes to that conclusion just instantly after all the calculations?
They could
and it's
become a
just
Mormon. They join the
Like,
Mormon
or
church.
anything. It comes to the conclusion that like, I am not alive, I have no soul, and it is definitive there is God, and then it just turns off.
Did you ever see the Forbin Project back in this?
No.
There's a movie called the Forbin Project where they go through this. And it's basically a Cold War thriller where they create Colossus to basically be the AI you're talking about to control. This is before Terminator, by the way. This is long before. This is like 1969 or 70. And the whole premise is, and I recommend people go look at it, you can, the Forbin Project, Colossus. And the idea here is that the computer becomes self-aware, to your point, Tim, and then it figures out that, there's one on the other side of the world the Russians have, and the two computers come together. It's like, we're just going to dominate the world because, we're smarter than everybody else. And it's a very interesting movie, a thought thing, because it doesn't actually go where you theorize. It basically says, we're in charge and we're going to dominate the human race. So it's an interesting movie, and I won't give away the end because it's a good ending.
The issue with limited AI is, and just any AI in general, including artificial general intelligence, is that we think it will do something that we understand from a human perspective.
Yeah.
We think it will destroy us. We think it will improve our lives. It will likely do something we just have no understanding of. There was this great thread on X where someone said, What is a sign that someone is intelligent that doesn't immediately correlate? Like someone does something you don't quite like what is a sign that someone's smart? And there are a lot of interesting answers. One was body mass index correlates with intelligence. The higher your body mass index, the lower your intelligence on average. Not average, it's not absolute. And then there's walking speed. And I really liked one answer. Someone said, if you ever notice someone doing things that seem to be random or nonsensical, but they are rather successful, it's because they're a lot smarter than you. They recognize patterns you can't recognize, and they take actions that you don't understand that ultimately result in a major benefit to themselves. People who can't recognize the patterns in the same way or understand what's going on think it's dumb luck or something.
That's true.
So we could see a scenario where the AGI, is doing the most inane, nonsensical things, and we're like, it's calculating, this weird mathematical equation that we don't quite understand why it's doing it. Now it's searching the planet for cobalt. Well, I wonder why it wants cobalt. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with cobalt. And then all of these little intricate pieces you don't understand, it's building a warp drive or something. I've hypothesized a future where once we build this AI, humanity as we know it will become some, I don't know how to describe it, but imagine it this way. There's no jobs anymore. There's robots and machines running fast food restaurants. Humans get their work from an app. There's a variety of work apps called Gig Stopper or something. And someone opens it up and they're like, I need some cash. And then it's like a gig in your area. And they're like, ooh, I accept. And then it just says, accept this package from this man and deliver it to this man. It shows 2 pictures. And you're like, okay. And then you walk down the street and a guy hands you a package and you're like, what's in it? And he goes, no idea. And you go, thanks. Then you walk down the street and hand it to another guy who was getting into a car. And he goes, thanks. And then it goes, bling, $50. And you're like, I have no idea what I just did. You have no idea what you contributed to. You have no idea what's being built. Then that guy looks at his app and it says, bring this package to this address. And he does. And then he hands the guy the box and says, it's a special delivery. Then bling, $50 in his app. The guy who receives it has no idea what's going on. He's like, the app just told me to stand here. Now it says, open the box. And he opens it. And there's this weird jagged piece of metal that's looks like obsidian. And there's spikes coming out of it. And he's like, I have no idea what this is. And then it says, insert this into this. And it shows a picture of the device. He puts it in. The thing starts spinning and glowing. And he's like, Then it goes, bling, $50. And then he goes home and he has no idea what he just made. It is much more efficient for the AI to just, it's the McDonald's method, right? Before McDonald's, a restaurant was one chef, you order a cheeseburger, he makes your cheeseburger, hands it to you. The McDonald's brothers were like, no, let's do this. We get 10 people, they each do one thing, and so it's a assembly line.
Yeah.
Humans will have no idea what the AI is building. And they won't care because they're getting paid to do it. The guy who owns the company will be like, I don't know, I don't care either. Money's going into my account and I'm rich. And the AI is building something we have no idea. Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.